Welcome back, YouTube enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the world of sustainable investing, and we're shining the spotlight on one of the big players in the game, Ecolab Inc. But we're not just talking numbers, we're breaking it down with style. Alright, let's crunch some numbers, shall we? Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through Ecolab's financial universe. First up, let's talk about the price-to-earnings ratio or P/E ratio. Now, this isn't your average roller coaster, it's a financial thrill ride. With a trailing 12 months PR of 46.77 and an average over the last 5 years at 45.70, it's been quite the journey. But wait, there's more. The forward PE. Hold on to your hats, folks, because it's at 30.85, suggesting excellent growth future prospects. Speaking about growth, let's continue with the price-to-earnings to growth ratio or PEG. Ecolab has a whopping 3.01. Now, what does all this mean? This indicates a possible overvaluation, because remember that a value around 1 is when a stock can be considered undervalued. Now, let's talk insider ownership. Ecolab insiders are all in, owning a whopping 11.1% of the company. That's like having your whole squad on board, ready to steer the ship towards greener pastures. But we're not stopping there, folks. Let's talk about return on investment. Ecolab's return on equity stands tall at 17.96%, with return on assets clocking in at 6.34%. These numbers indicate how efficiently Ecolab uses its shareholders' equity and company assets to generate earnings. Additionally, with a return on invested capital of 13.18%, Ecolab is proving to be a triple threat in the world of returns. Ecolab's earnings per share? A respectable 4.79. But hold on to your seats, because the next 5 years it is predicted to soar at 15.55%. That's like planting seeds today and watching them grow into money trees tomorrow. Now, let's talk about Ecolab's earnings per share evolution over the last 9 years. It's been a roller coaster, folks, with a compound annual growth rate of 2.48%. But hey, slow and steady wins the race, right? Cash is king, my friends, and Ecolab is sitting pretty on its throne. Free cash flow per share has been on a positive streak, with a compound annual growth rate of 6% over the last decade. It's like they're printing money. But what about dividends, you ask? Well, Ecolab's got you covered with a dividend yield of 1.02% and a whopping 8.39% dividend growth over the last 10 years. Plus, they're like the royalty of dividends, a dividend aristocrat with 31 consecutive payments. Let's talk about margins, baby. Ecolab's operating margin? A solid 14.08%, while their profit margin stands at 8.96%. It's like they're turning green initiatives into gold mines. Now let's address the elephant in the room, Ecolab's evolution of revenue and earnings. It's been a positive journey over the last 8 years, bouncing back from the pandemic like a boss. But despite this, their market price hasn't quite soared like we'd expect, since Ecolab has obtained a total return lower than VO during the last 5 years. Debt, Ecolab's debt-to-equity ratio sits at a manageable 1.09, with their long-term debt-to-equity even lower at 0.99. They're keeping it green and clean, folks. Hold on to your seats as we soar through the skies of market performance. With an average price return of 41.89% over the last 52 weeks and a market cap of $63.93 billion, wants to be the leader in the chemicals industry. So, what's the verdict? Well, analysts may be forecasting $225.47, which represents a modest upside of 0.7% in the next 12 months. But I'm setting sail for a fair value of $190.60. With the current price sailing above that, it's time to batten down the hatches and watch out for potential overvaluation. And there you have it, eco-warriors. Ecolab Incorporated, a powerhouse in sustainability with numbers to boot. But remember, always do your research before diving into the market jungle. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more financial adventures. Until next time, happy investing!